Welcome to day 10. And today it's about talking about yesterday. Yesterday. So day 10 is talking about yesterday. And today's challenge it's talking about what you did yesterday. This video is going to be shorter than the rest. And basically, I'm going to give you an example on how to talk about yesterday, how we use the simple past tense and other tenses that you probably learned in a basic course, but we need to get used to speaking using those words. So the phrase here, the phrase to get used to get used to. That means that I need to get the habit of doing something. I need to get used to speaking English. I need to get the habit of speaking English. I need to get comfortable speaking English. So, get used to doing something is simply getting the habit of doing something frequently. So we're gonna talk about how was my day yesterday. That I had a barbecue with my family, and let's see. So the yesterday was a nice day. I woke up around 8:30 in the morning, as I usually do on Sundays. I prepared my coffee. So the coffee maker was brewing it while I took a shower. So, what is this word? Brewing it. So, the action of brewing coffee is like this when you see that the coffee makers, if you have a coffee maker, you see that the water it's still going through the filter. They are brewing the coffee. If you have a manual coffee maker, then you brew the coffee manually. So it's filtering, this process of filtering, or not filtering, but the water going through the filter of the coffee maker to make the coffee. So the coffee maker was brewing it while I took a shower. I while while I took a shower. After getting dressed, I had coffee, scrambled eggs, and toast. I needed to be at church at 11 a.m., but there was no traffic. I arrived at 10:40 a.m. I met my friend Mel and we talked a bit before the mass started. So if you are Catholic, this is the mass. This is the mass. If you are Christian, then you have the service. You go to service. Catholics goes to mass. After church, I went to my parents' house. We were going to meet for my grandpa's birthday. My brother bought meat for the barbecue. He is the best. I got some snacks and something to drink. So after church, usually English learners they confuse before and after. After means later. Before means earlier or yesterday or before. Before and after. So after church, I went to my parents' house. Um, we were going to meet for my grandpa's birthday. So in this case, I can say we were going to meet, like telling you what was going to be the context there, what was going to happen at my parents' house. So we were going to meet for my grandpa's birthday. Grandpa's is like Shorter for grandfather. My brother bought. My brother bought. That means that my brother went to the supermarket to buy meat, the meat for the barbecue. And I got snacks and something to drink. We had a good time. We had a good time. Around 7 o'clock was time to go back home. I had some tea and crackers while I read a book. I watched TV for a while until I fell asleep. So here we had a good time. So normally when you had, that was in the past, no, yesterday, for example, or earlier this morning. We had a good time. That means that the party was good, the environment was excellent, we had fun. So around 7 o'clock was time to go back home. I had some tea and crackers. So, do you know the difference between a cracker and cookie? In English, that difference, it's there is a difference because in Spanish we only say galleta, okay? But in English, no. In English, when it's sweet, you had an Oreo, you had chocolate chips, you had a cookie. But if you had a cracker that is salty, that is like crackers. Um, I totally forgot the names. I always forget the names of crackers, but like boquitas, crackers. So those are salty. Okay. So tea, crackers, and tea. I had some tea and crackers while I read, mientras leía, while I read a book. And I watched TV for a while until I fell asleep. So fell asleep es me quedé dormida. Hasta que I fell asleep, until I fell asleep. So yes, these are keywords in the past tense. So read, important. We spell it in the same way as we do it in the present. But for the context, I know that this is in the past because the context, the story is talking about yesterday. So I know that here I have to pronounce it as past tense. This is your challenge. You have to talk about something that you did yesterday. It doesn't have to be a complete story. 3 sentences, 4 sentences, or 4 activities that you did yesterday. Since you are doing this challenge on your own, you are doing it at your own pace, then you write your sentences or you write your story of what happened yesterday, what you did, and then you can go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT or any other artificial intelligence program software that you want them to check the grammar and the spelling of that writing. So there you apply the corrections. But it's important that you do the practice. Get 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes of your day and do the practice. If you want to shadow while I read, perfect. You can watch the video again and just shadow, just repeat what I was saying. That is going to be a speaking practice if you don't have time. So here we have the key verbs in the simple past. Went is the past tense of go. Took is the past tense of take. Prepared, prepared is the past tense of prepare. And read, and here I have the pronunciation, read, is the past tense of read. So I hope that you do it. If you want to drop your sentences in the comments, I will be more than glad to read those sentences for you. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you can follow all the 30 days of the Speaking Challenge. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.